When Scott Sparks, a firefighter, answered a call, he ran a mental checklist of the situations he might encounter. Communications would be a challenge because of the environment.
All the gear that we wear, our protective gear, limits our communications abilities. SCBAs that we wear often limit our abilities to use radios. Building interior that the lighting may be on or off limits our abilities to use visual communications. We're never really familiar with the buildings that we may be entering, the layout in the buildings as far as the doorways and the hallways and the corridors.
Have you ever heard the sound of one hand clapping? For Scott and all other emergency responders, it's a very dangerous sound indeed, the sound of silence.
When you're around a lot of steel, like a train derailment, the radios get interfered with all the steel, and you cannot hear and use the radios unless you're out in the open. Plus, with all the heavy equipment running, hearing anything over the radio is very, very difficult. You've got to be able to communicate visually. If you watch people who are around a derailment, they'll use a lot of hand signals. You've got to be able to see, especially at night, you've got to be able to see those signals so that the operators and the people can stay safe around the heavy equipment.
So what can emergency responders do when hearing or talking is not an option? The answer lies in mankind's most basic sense, vision. Because we rely so heavily on our sense of sight, we are able to send and receive sophisticated signals that utilize our ability to see. But in order to see, we need light. To meet this challenge, many safety and emergency agencies are now improving their visual communication tools. Elmo provides emergency responders a continuous path of light that not only allows them to see, but offers them the ability to communicate visually. When working in buildings compromised by catastrophe and loss of power, or in tunnels and other dark environments, emergency responders can delineate an area or a path using flexible illumination. By using intermittent or color-based signals, L can also be used to communicate.
When you have a visual communication tool like the LyTec, that allows you to communicate with your responders. You can follow that into a scene like a collapsed building or a hazmat scene. And when you start bringing people out, that allows you to follow that same path out that you came in safely at. That'll allow you to save lives.
As we face the complexities of new threats to our security, along with other emergencies such as natural disasters and building fires, it is critical that emergency responders like Scott have the most advanced tools available to help them succeed. It could be a matter of life or death.